Long as one of a seemingly vanishing breed, the social activist folk singer, a genre very evident in the 60s, but rarely encountered today.
My brothers and sisters down by the riverside.
When I sang against U.S. involvement in El Salvador, you know, that was quite fulfilling. I mean, that was really, really fulfilling to sing that, and especially during certain songs when everybody sang along, because when people sing together, they start to feel warm towards each other, and it breaks down barriers. And in demonstrations, it's important that people sing together, because it gives people strength. I mean, a lot of voices are stronger than one voice.
Wasn't that great? With that kind of a spirit, who could resist it?
And my father died when I was 13, and there was a relationship between the time that I started playing guitar when my father died. There was like a whole creative need that I had, and it was a means to get out emotions and frustrations. And it was just like I felt almost like every year there was a death in our family, and some were natural, some were unnatural. It was pretty weird, you know, like I was kind of obsessed with that. But then I read Woody Guthrie's autobiography. He talked about all the horrible things that happened to him, and how he always came out feeling hopeful. And he always wrote these songs, and that there was a spirit about him that I felt close to at a young age. And also because what he sang about, he always sang about people. His priority was people.
This land, it's your land. This land, it's my land. From California to the New York Island. From the Redwood Forest to the Gulf Stream water. This land was made for you and me.
I was on the tractor cade to Washington, D.C., and I followed the tractors all the way out to D.C., and then I met a custom harvester named Paul Chase in Washington, D.C., who's from Kansas, and he said, if I really want to find out what it's like out on the farms, I should work on his crew. Well, I was a truck driver on the harvest crew. I hauled wheat from the combines to the elevator, and then while I was hauling the wheat, to a lot of my boss's dismay, I would pull the truck to a stop and take pictures all the time. I hauled thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of bushels of wheat into the elevator. There's a gratifying experience to that, knowing that when you're hauling all that food in, there's something very spiritual about that. And there's probably not a single person who's ever worked out on a farm or on something that deals with bringing in the harvest that doesn't have a certain spirituality about their life and about the earth. I saw a farmer's field destroyed in a matter of minutes from a hailstorm. Then you look at the farmer and you find out that, you know, he just lost a big chunk of his income. A lot of his dreams just went down the drain because of forces beyond his control.
Haven't got a nickel, Lord, haven't got a dime. Haven't got a dime, Lord, haven't got a dime.
I ended up in Scranton, North Dakota. And outside of Scranton, North Dakota, you have a strip mine there that's just that's quite large.
But I'm told there's work to be found in a North Dakota town, working on an oil rig for the coal companies. Can't you hear that whistle blowing? Can't you feel that?
I talked to one guy that lost his whole farm to this strip mine out there, and he was in tears, you know. I mean, his whole livelihood is gone.
I don't know, Lord, how I will feel. How will I feel, Lord? How will I feel? Strip mining coal upon farmers' fields out on the western plains. Can't you hear that whistle blowing? Can't you feel that freight train rolling, moving down the line, out on the western plains?
I followed those movements for two reasons. One is I believed in them, and then secondly, I think it's important that people are documenting the struggles of the era that we're in so we can pass those struggles on to our kids and their kids, you know. I've often thought that I should have continued my education and I should have gone into a certain job that was more secure. It's still a debate with me, you know. I mean, except there's something that with this music, it's just like, it's so much in my blood now. It's a lifestyle that, I mean, my life is tied up into it. I've made some recent decisions that I'm going to try to make a living at doing it.
Papa never had too much money or wit to pay the bill. As soon as he make just a little bit of money, well, one of us would get ill. Now old walls are bound to crumble, no matter how well that they're laid. And as soon as our old man began to stumble, nothing we could do.
What are your hopes for the album? Now you're talking about controversial items.
Well, the goal is to get people to hear it. And I mean, so much of what people get all day long of their job or all over is that they're not this or they're not that, they're not good enough. So if you give them a song that supports the basic value systems they believe in, they start to stand proud.
I guess that's, again, I go back and ask you, I wonder how many listeners are going to stop and say, hey, this song is really saying a lot. I think I'll listen to it as I'm driving to the grocery store on my car radio. I think I'll listen to it and wait here in the parking lot until it's over. I hope they would, but...
Yeah, you know what we should do, Denny? We should do a test here. We should maybe, you could play one of these songs on the radio.
I have a feel the cell is coming up from here.
Play on the radio and then you can ask people.
It's your first try at this, huh? You're not doing too badly.
With each mile that we go, the more I see, the less I know. But when I hear...
Basically, you know, I have my own sense of cynicism in me and bitterness, but my music doesn't reflect that. I mean, I just try to reflect hope. Because the only thing that we have is hope. If there's not hope, then there's nothing. There's no point in struggle. There's no point in trying to improve your life, improve other people's life if you're not hopeful about it.
War will lose. I will sing till I turn blue, filled with songs full of freedom.